You think you've been forgotten in the dark, but I tell you that you are actually being planted for a greater harvest. If you walk away now, you stop the growth that is currently strengthening your spirit. Today, I will reveal how to recognize the invisible progress I am making in your life. Listen carefully to what I am placing in your heart right now. You have been asking why certain dreams did not happen the way you expected. You look around and see others blooming while you feel hidden beneath dry ground. You wonder whether your prayers fell silent, whether your work mattered, whether your patience has been wasted. My child, you did not find this by accident. I am meeting you in the very place where you feel unseen. Before this message ends, I will show you why delay is not always denial, how roots are built before branches appear, and how to keep your faith alive when nothing visible seems to change. Stay with me. The darkness around the seed is not a grave. It is a place of formation. What you cannot see yet is not proof that nothing is happening. It may be proof that the deepest work has finally begun. Type "I aim ready to grow" if you are willing to trust my hidden work. Do not type it because waiting feels easy. Type it because you are choosing to believe I am faithful beneath the surface. I saw the moment your hope became tired. I saw when waiting stopped feeling spiritual and started feeling humiliating. You prayed with expectation, then waited through silence. You tried to stay grateful, but another person received what you were still asking for. You celebrated them outwardly, but inside you wondered why your own field still looked bare. That pain is real. You may have told people you were fine. You may have said, "God's timing is perfect," while your chest carried questions you were afraid to say aloud. You wondered why the relationship did not heal, why the door did not open, why the money still feels tight, why the diagnosis still weighs on your body, why your calling still feels small, why your efforts keep producing hidden results instead of visible fruit. I heard all of it. I heard the questions you softened so they would not sound unfaithful. I heard the disappointment you wrapped in polite language. I heard the private sentence you never wanted to admit. Maybe God forgot this part of me. I did not forget, but I know how delay can feel. Delay can feel like being buried. It can feel like being pressed down by soil, covered by silence, and unseen by everyone walking above you. It can feel like the world is moving while you are held in place. It can feel like your life is stuck in a season that refuses to explain itself. This is why I am speaking gently. You are not weak for feeling weary in the waiting. You are not faithless because unanswered prayers have made you ache. You are not wrong for wanting to see something with your eyes after believing for so long with your heart. I created you with longing. I know longing can hurt, but I need you to understand the first difference. Burial and planting can look similar from the outside, but they are not the same in my hands. Burial says, "This is over." Planting says, "This is beginning beneath what you can see." Burial is meant to hide death. Planting is meant to protect life while it forms. You are not buried. You are planted. The darkness around you is not evidence that I abandoned you. It may be the covering required for roots to form without interruption. A seed split open before it rises. It changes in secret before anyone calls it growth. That splitting can feel like loss, but it is transformation. Stay with me here, because the next truth will help you stop misreading the season. Waiting is not wasting. Waiting is preparation. Say that slowly inside yourself. Waiting is not wasting. Waiting is preparation. You have been asking me for branches, but I have been building roots. You have been asking for visible expansion, but I have been strengthening what will hold expansion when it comes. You have been asking for the fruit, the opportunity, the relationship, the platform, the income, the healing, the clarity, and the open door. But I have been asking a deeper question. Can the roots hold the branches? That is not rejection. That is love. A tree that grows tall without deep roots becomes dangerous in a storm. A life that expands without hidden strength becomes fragile under pressure. A person who receives visibility without identity may become trapped by applause. A person who receives provision without wisdom may become more anxious, not more free. A person who receives influence without humility may be crushed by what they once desired. So I build beneath first. I build patience where impatience once ruled. I build discernment where desperation once decided. I build peace where urgency once controlled. I build surrender where control once felt like safety. I build identity where comparison once spoke the loudest. This work is not glamorous. Roots are rarely admired. People applaud branches. They photograph fruit. They gather under shade. But roots stay hidden, pushing through hard soil, drawing water, anchoring life, feeding what will one day be visible. Do not despise root work. Some of the most important things happening in you right now are too deep for public confirmation. You may not look more successful yet, but you are becoming less easily shaken. You may not have the answer yet, but you are learning to stop begging fear for permission. You may not have the outcome yet, but you are becoming more honest, more grounded, more prayerful, and more discerning. That is progress. Invisible progress is still progress. Pause now. Ask yourself this: what storm would have destroyed me before? But now I am still standing through it. What disappointment would have made me quit before? But now I keep returning to God. What trigger once controlled me quickly, but now I can notice it before it rules me? That is root growth. Do not only measure growth by what changed around you, measure also what has changed within you. Your reactions are becoming slower. Your discernment is becoming sharper. You need to prove yourself is weakening. Your prayers are becoming more honest. Your compassion is deepening. Your boundaries are becoming cleaner. I see the roots. A skyscraper spends months in the dirt before it ever reaches the sky. People walking by may see fences, dust, noise, and delay. They may not understand that a foundation is being poured strong enough to carry height. The deeper the intended structure, the more serious the unseen work. Your hidden season has felt like nothing, but I have been pouring foundation. You wanted me to hurry. I wanted you to be able to stand. You wanted me to promote the visible part. I wanted to heal the private part that would have collapsed under promotion. You wanted movement. I wanted stability. Now listen carefully to what this delay has been revealing. Delay does not create everything inside you. It reveals what was already there and gives me room to heal it. Delay reveals where your trust is attached. It shows whether your peace depends only on outcomes. It shows whether you believe I am good only when movement is obvious. It shows whether you can receive my presence when my hand seems slow. It shows whether your identity remains steady when your circumstances do not confirm your worth. This can feel painful, but revelation is mercy. You have discovered impatience you did not know was there. You have discovered envy that embarrassed you. You have discovered fear of being left behind. You have discovered how much approval shaped your sense of value. You have discovered that waiting can make old wounds speak loudly. I saw those discoveries. I did not reveal them to shame you. I revealed them because unhealed roots will feed future branches with fear. If envy lives in the root, success will not heal it. If insecurity lives in the root, visibility will magnify it. If comparison lives in the root, blessing will still feel threatened by someone else's blessing. So I heal the root. This is where many turn away. They think the delay is only about getting what they want, but I am also asking who they are becoming while they wait. The branch is not the only miracle. Sometimes the miracle is that bitterness did not own you. Sometimes the miracle is that disappointment did not make you cruel. Sometimes the miracle is that silence did not completely destroy your prayer. You are still praying. Even if your prayer is quiet, even if your prayer is weary, even if all you can say is, "Help me keep trusting," that is still faith breathing. Write "still growing" if this word is finding the hidden place in you. Let it mark the truth that what is unseen is not automatically inactive. Now I am restoring how you see yourself in this season. You have called yourself behind because you compared your branches to someone else's fruit. You looked at their visible harvest and judged your hidden formation. You forgot that different assignments have different root systems, different timelines, different weather, and different soil. My child, comparison is a poor gardener. It keeps digging up your seed to see why it does not look like someone else's tree. It exposes what should remain covered. It interrupts what needs time. It convinces you that your growth must become visible on someone else's schedule. Stop letting comparison disturb the soil. You are not behind because your growth is hidden. You are not abandoned because your process is quiet. You are not less chosen because someone else bloomed publicly before you did. I know the soil I placed you in. I know the season around you. I know the roots being formed where no camera can reach. You are still chosen. Even in the dark, especially in the dark, you are held. I am not ashamed of slow growth. I am not embarrassed by the years that taught you endurance. I am not measuring you by how quickly others understand your purpose. I am not looking at your life with the impatience you use against yourself. I see formation. I see the humility taking root. I see the wisdom forming through restraint. I see the patience growing through repeated surrender. I see the compassion deepening because you now understand how silence feels. I see the courage returning in small, almost invisible ways. You are becoming sturdy. That word matters. Sturdy faith does not mean you never tremble. It means trembling does not remove you from my hand. Sturdy hope does not mean you never cry. It means tears do not become your final theology. Sturdy obedience does not mean you never question. It means questions bring you closer to me instead of farther away. This is what I am forming. I am not forming a fragile branch that breaks under first wind. I am forming a rooted life. You may feel small right now. Seeds often do. You may feel hidden right now. Roots always are. You may feel uncelebrated right now. Foundations usually are. But hidden does not mean worthless. Small does not mean insignificant. Unseen does not mean unloved. Your worth was never waiting for visible fruit. Your worth is already settled in. My love, stay with me, because now I will show you the shift I am making. I am moving you from outcome obsession into faithful planting. I am teaching you how to live during the unseen season without letting your heart dry out. The harvest is coming at my appointed time, not yours. Receive that without fear. My timing is not designed to torment you. It is designed to complete what haste would leave unfinished. But while you wait, you must not become passive. Waiting with me is active. It has posture. It has rhythm. It has daily faithfulness. It has small acts that water what is growing underground. This is your faithful planting system. The first daily habit is anchor. Each morning, anchor your identity before you check for results. Before you measure progress, receive belonging. Say, I am planted, not forgotten. I am held, not hidden from God. I am growing, even where I cannot see. Say it before the phone. Say it before comparison. Say it before the day asks you to prove yourself. This anchor keeps your identity from rising and falling with visible outcomes. Some days will show progress. Some days will look the same. Your identity cannot depend on either. The second daily habit is water. Water the seed through one act of faithfulness, not 10. 1. Pray honestly for 5 minutes. Read a small portion of scripture. Make the phone call. Practice the skill. Rest your body. Show kindness. Save a small amount. Take the walk. Apologize. Prepare quietly. One faithful act waters the hidden work. Do not despise small watering. Many people quit because they cannot do everything, so they do nothing. I am not asking for everything today. I am asking for one faithful act that agrees with the future I am forming in you. The third daily habit is record. At the end of the day, record one sign of hidden progress, not only external progress, inner progress. Did you respond with more patience? Did you resist comparison? Did you pray instead of spiraling? Did you set a boundary? Did you rest without punishing yourself? Did you choose truth over fear? Write it down. Hidden growth becomes easier to recognize when you track its evidence. This is how you stop saying nothing is happening. You begin seeing that something is happening inside you. A slower reaction, a clearer no, a softer heart, a deeper trust, a stronger return after discouragement. Anchor, water, record. This system will not force harvest. It will keep you faithful until harvest comes. It will help you stop digging up the seed every day just to check whether I am working. If this message is helping you trust the roots, like this video, and stay connected with future words that strengthen your faith when the visible results are still delayed. Now I want to speak to the person who is afraid they will not last. You hear this, and part of you wants to believe it. But another part whispers, what if I cannot keep waiting? What if I get tired again? What if I believe today and collapse tomorrow? I am not asking you to promise emotional perfection. I am asking you to return. When you feel tired, return to the anchor. When you feel jealous, return to gratitude and honesty. When you feel forgotten, return to the truth that planting is not abandonment. When you feel like walking away, return to one small act of watering. You are allowed to need daily grace. That is not failure. Branches do not grow by one rainfall. They grow through repeated nourishment. Faith does not become sturdy through one inspired moment. It becomes sturdy through many small returns. Some days your faithfulness may look unimpressive. You may only keep yourself from quitting. You may only whisper one prayer. You may only refuse one lie. You may only choose sleep instead of spiraling. I receive that. Heaven sees small faithfulness, and there is another mercy in hidden seasons. They teach you to value my presence above performance. When no one claps, you learn whether communion still matters. When no one sees, you learn whether obedience is still sacred. When fruit is delayed, you learn whether the gardener himself is enough for today. This is deep work. It cannot be rushed. One day, the roots being formed now will explain why the waiting mattered. You will recognize why certain doors did not open when you demanded them. You will see how I protected you from carrying weight before your inner structure was ready. You will understand why I strengthened discernment before increasing opportunity. You will thank me for the roots, not because waiting was painless, because waiting was not wasted. The next message will address what to do when you feel tempted to dig up the seed through overthinking, checking, comparing, and forcing doors before they are ready. I will show you how to stop disturbing the soil of what I am growing. Stay near. Before you leave, type, I am ready to grow. Let it mean you trust me beneath the surface. Let it mean you are willing to anchor, water, and record. Let it mean you will not call yourself buried when I call you planted. Now receive the promise of the tree. The day is coming when what grew in secret will serve others in public, not for pride, not for performance, for shelter. The roots I am forming will become shade for someone who is tired. The patience you are learning will become safety for someone in a hurry. The wisdom you are gaining will become counsel for someone confused. The comfort you received in the dark will become comfort you can offer without pretending. You will not only bloom, you will provide shade. That is why I am building roots first. A small plant may decorate a room. A rooted tree shelters generations. I am not merely decorating your life. I am forming something that can stand, feed, cover, and bless. Do not walk away from the dark too early. Do not abandon the soil because it feels quiet. Do not curse the hidden place where I am making you strong. You are not buried. You are planted. You are not forgotten. You are forming. You are not wasting time. You are growing in secret. And when the appointed season comes, the branches will rise because the roots were ready.